Hi, if you are a brown woman, I just want to tell you that only by allowing yourself to be your most authentic version, most expressive version, can you really fully live the life of your dreams. आज का जो पॉडकास्ट है वो बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट इसलिए है क्योंकि पहली बात तो मैं हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में बोलने वाली हूँ क्योंकि आई विल टेल अबाउट क्योंकि बाद में एंड मैं स्टार्ट वहाँ से करना चाहूँगी जहाँ से आई फील कि आई डू अग्री दैट in general, all over the world, there are certain set of women issues that we are going through. I think being a female, there is some sort of struggle in today's world jahan we are struggling with. Yeah, but I think मैं जो चाहती हूँ मैं स्पेसिफिकली ब्राउन स्किन्ड वुमेन के बारे में बोलना चाहती हूँ बिकॉज आई एम वन ऑफ एम एंड आई थिंक द स्ट्रगल्स दैट us brown women and especially people who are from the Eastern cultures, women who belong to some sort of Eastern cultural upbringing, or I'm an Indian, so I can talk a lot about my Indian upbringing. And the sort of upbringing that I had is what affected the way I carry myself today. So I think it is very important to talk about especially the struggles of being an Indian or an Eastern cultural woman and her journey to self-expression. I think this is the main goal and purpose of this channel that I'm creating, because this is a very specific problem and we are living here. I am living here in India. So if you are somebody from India, hi, I get you. I know what it's like to work on your self-expression being in this place, because मेरी जो upbringing रही है, it was not so free, it was not so expressive. I remember जब मैं छोटी थी, I mean 7-8 years of old, I think I used to romanticize life a lot. I used to dream of a life beyond what I thought was possible. Because जब मैं छोटी थी मुझे कोई ये बोलने वाला नहीं था कि ये पॉसिबल नहीं है, ये पॉसिबल नहीं है. I could be wild with my imagination. And I used to romanticize every little detail of my life. Ki this is how I'm going to be looking when I grow up. This is what I'm going to be wearing when I grow up. These were my role models. तो मैं जब भी television देखती थी या कोई grown up woman को देखती थी who's like very strong and very well spoken, तो मुझे लगता था this is what I'm going to become. Yeah. And honestly मेरे लिए ऐसा था कि life is very magical and I thought that possibilities are endless and it's going to be so amazing life, and I used to really romanticize life in a way. I thought really जब मैं बड़ी होंगी तो शायद शायद एक वाइट हॉर्स पे एक लड़का आके मेरा हाथ मांगेगा. And I mean, dreams about my marriage, dreams about what I would become, dreams about children, dreams about having this sort of girl group jahan pe we are just having lots of fun. I had a lot of dreams. And because I did not know by that time that it is something that I will have to work on achieving. I thought in this life that was given. Because up until that point, जब आप बड़े हो रहे होते हो, आपको इतना ज़्यादा अपनी दुनिया का अंदाज़ा नहीं होता है. आपको नहीं पता होता है कि what is allowed, what is not allowed. आपको नहीं पता होता है this is okay to express or this is not okay to express. You're just very childlike and very wild and imaginative. And I was that person. But while growing up, I started realizing that when I hit my puberty, I think my parents became more restrictive in a way. And I would want to wear that short skirt and go out. So the suppression was not very big. It came through small moments. तो मुझे शॉर्ट स्कर्ट पहनने का मन करेगा, but my mom would not be very happy with it. My dad would not be very happy with it. तो मुझे ऐसा लगता था ठीक है, let's make them happy. I can wear something जो उनको comfortable लगे. तो I would wear a jeans and go out. And अगर मैं I am making up my hair in a certain way, which is different than usual, so I just felt like everybody is looking at me. Like I would suspiciously actually look at everyone and think they're just looking at me and this is not normal. Fair. A lot has happened in my upbringing. I mean, just imagine this wild girl dreaming about a wild life, magical life, and she's not now getting to wear what she wants. She's not allowed to have night outs with friends. Just staying over, having fun with girls. It was something I had to ask for permission again and again. I had to request and beg that my friends are going out. I also want to go out. So in छोटे-छोटे moments में, I felt like I needed to earn freedom. I needed to request for freedom. I needed to request to have fun. I needed to ask for permission to have fun. And उस time पे तो लगता था कि अरे यार मतलब why am I not so free in just having fun and doing what I want to do. And वो मेरा एक phase भी था जहाँ पे I wanted to become a model. And you know, like, I don't know, I mean, I just wanted to do everything that I thought was possible for me. But my inside reality was not matching the surrounding that I was living in. I love my parents very, very much. I love them. But the problem was that loving them and being a good girl costed me a lot. So trying to be a good girl would seep into a lot of ways, trying to make my parents happy. And in trying to make your parents happy, you actually lose out a lot of your authentic self, your authentic desires, because you feel like you don't want to disappoint them in some way. So ये होता गया, and because for my parents, my grades were important, my studies were important, and I started studying well. सब कुछ अच्छा होता था. I used to get good grades, but मुझे लगता था if I get good grades, then finally I can tell my parents that I want to become an actress, I want to become a model, I want to live this kind of life. And there was never any encouragement for that at my home. And I was not such a wild soul that मैं बस अपना घर छोड़ के I would just go out and live the try to make that life for myself. उस टाइम पे मेरे पास I don't think ये हिम्मत थी ऐसा करने की, और बहुत लोगों ने किया भी है, but I just loved my parents very much, so I thought कि convincing them or making them happy was more important to me at that time. And मेरे अंदर सारी शर्म सारी हया धीरे धीरे आने लगी थी, तो I would second guess what I'm thinking. I would always check my outfit before I'm leaving home. I would always check my time कि इतना टाइम में मुझे allowed है दोस्तों से मिलना है, I'd come back home. So the environment was so restrictive, और मुझे ऐसा लगने लगा कि I'm so much dependent on the environment to live my life. And धीरे धीरे what I started doing was, because जब आपकी पूरी वाइल्डनेस सप्रेस होने लगती है, you start to make a living in that space. तो मेरा एक छोटा सा I think एक छोटा सा अलाउड स्पेस था जिसमें मैं चीज़ें कर सकती थी, and I just felt कि okay, this is how it's going to be now. And what I started doing was, so because I thought इतना ज़्यादा wildness is not good and it's not allowed, so I started shrinking myself to fit into places. So I would find those kind of friends जिनके घर पे similar case था. They were also not allowed to wear dresses and that sort of freedom. And मुझे उनके बीच में रह के ठीक लगने लगा था, क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लगता maybe this is the way. Maybe not everybody is lucky enough to get these open-minded parents and wear what they want to wear. I mean, not everybody is lucky enough. So shrinking myself happened a lot at that time. And the more I shrinked myself, the more underconfident I became. I started having low self-esteem. I started having a lot of imposter syndrome. I think I lost myself completely up until a point where everything started to trigger me. I would see a confident woman out there, it would trigger me. I would see a girl gang having so much fun, and I just felt like I don't fit in there. I would watch somebody living the dream life that I dreamed of, I would get triggered. So I developed a lot of envy and jealousy in that period. And I developed a lot of imposter syndrome, low self-esteem, low confidence, a lot of shame, a lot of fear. I mean, all these flavors of just not owning my expression, my authentic expression. I actually did not even know what being authentic meant anymore. And it came up to a point because अगर आप अपने आप को सप्रेस करते हो और बहुत लंबे टाइम के लिए सप्रेस करते हो, तो somehow that energy will block you from within, and एक टाइम पे ऐसे निकलती है, it comes in a form of mental health problem. And I started having a lot of mental health problem because I was not living the life that I dreamed as a kid, and now I was all the time in my head. So I developed a lot of mental health issues, overthinking, obsessive compulsive disorders, depression, anxiety, fear. That became my constant state to live life in. And I'm not blaming my parents for anything, because I feel they are very innocent beings. These people are very innocent because they also did not know what expression was. They were never taught that. They were not even aware that expression is a thing. Self expression or just going after your dream life is a thing. Their parents did not teach them that way. So, in that way, I understood. I understood it. But for me, the problem started coming in when all sorts of mental health issues started just coming in, and I just got really disconnected. And then I went on to this healing journey since last 10 years, and my parents could not figure out at first. I think I was in 11th or 12th standard when that started happening. I was very young. I was 12, 13 years old, and my mind would just constantly stop ruminating. I mean, it wouldn't stop ruminating over things. And I lost a lot of friends. I felt disconnected. I did not have anyone to talk to. I felt very lonely. I mean, you imagine, you name a problem, I had that. You name a mental health problem, and I had that. It took me a very, very long time to realize, like 10 to 12 years, that nothing can be solved without you taking action for your dream life, for your values, for your desires. Your mental health problems won't solve until you actually start owning or living the frequency of what you're wanting in life. So a lot of soul searching happened in that time. And one thing that I learned was, over the past 12 years, that if you're not authentic, अगर आप authentic नहीं हो, कुछ भी नहीं हो सकता है. Without authenticity, without vulnerability, you cannot heal. You cannot own your power. You cannot live the dream life that you want. So the more you can be authentic, and there are layers to be authentic. I think we will talk about that in the next video. But I feel like, being an Indian woman, in general, there is a lot of suppression, and we are just in general not told to dream a life so big, romanticize our life so big, that we can fucking like own our lives. We can live our own fairy tales. And जब मैंने ये समझा कि authenticity is so important, तो मैंने सोचा, what is being authentic? So it can start with something like this. If somebody asks you, how are you? And आप बस reply कर दो कि I'm fine. That is not being authentic. If you have to start being authentic, तो वो start होता है इस first step से, जहाँ पे you can tell somebody that, you know what, like, I'm not feeling good today. It's not a good day today for me. That is the first step of moving towards authenticity. And धीरे धीरे, it's a layered process. तो धीरे धीरे you will come to deeper levels of authenticity, but you have to move through the first few layers. Yeah. So सबसे बड़ा authenticity का part मेरे लिए था कि मैं जब ये podcast shoot कर रही हूँ, I was thinking कि in what language do I want to address my people, my girls, my women. And I just thought अभी तक मैंने जो भी content बनाया है वो English में बनाया है, and it's not exactly who am I. I am an Indian woman. मैं पूरी लाइफ अपना हिंदी बोलते बोलते I have grown up. Like it was always, I don't know proper हिंदी, मतलब पूरी तरीके से हिंदी भी नहीं आती, पूरे तरीके से इंग्लिश भी नहीं आती. Like I can speak and conversate very well in English, but अपनापन फील नहीं होता यार. Like it's just not like, there's something about talking in Hindi that feels like home because it's my mother tongue. And I think we are at a time where everybody is wanting to speak English and nobody wants to own their own mother tongue. And for me, that gives me power, that gives me a sense of feeling at home. So what I thought was, I want to use both Hindi and English because this is who I am. मैं अपनी डेली लाइफ में भी, रियल लाइफ में भी, मैं दोनों तरीकों से बात करती हूँ. तो why not just express myself fully in this most authentic way? And this podcast is going to be about all of you. Like my goal and vision for this channel is that I want to teach, I want to be a guide to every brown skinned girl, to every brown woman, not just from India, but from anywhere. I love white women. There's no, there's no sense of hatred or any sort of negative energies. But I feel like my cause is my own, coming from my own suffering as what I have experienced in life. So my biggest purpose right now is elevating the frequency, elevating the self-expression and authenticity of a brown woman through self-expression. I want to tell you that you can romanticize your life, you can build your life of your dreams, and it's never too late because तुम्हें पता है what you desire, तुम्हें पता है what you dream of. You have the wildest of dreams, I know, because I have them. But to be that, to become that, there are a lot of small daily mini actions that you need to be taking, because it is not about the destination, it is about who you are becoming in this process of unveiling or unraveling yourself. अभी तो तुम इतनी ज़्यादा suppressed हो कि तुम्हें पता ही नहीं है कि there is another version of you out there that exists. But let me tell you, there is a version of you right now that can wear shorts, go out in the mall, put on nice makeup, speak confidently to men, have the most amazing girls group, reach at this level. जो भी तुम सोचती हो, जो भी तुम ड्रीम करती हो, डिजायर करती हो, वो सब तुम बन सकती हो, तुम जी सकती हो उसको. You can live that life, but you don't know right now how. So I want to be that support to you. I want to be your girlfriend, telling you that every day, that just keep taking those micro actions. It's all about the actions and the frequency that you are holding every day in this moment. So, together, we are going to be going on this journey as a brown woman to become the most ecstatic, dreamy, lovely, romantic version of ourselves and live the most delicious life that we have dreamed of. जो सपनों में भी आता है, राइट? मेरे सपनों में बहुत आता है, तुम्हारे सपनों में भी आता है, और तुम्हें पता है तुम्हारे सपने क्या हैं, पर तुम बस भागती हो, तुम डरती हो कि तुम वो बन नहीं सकती, पर ये तुम्हारा सेल्फ इम्पोज्ड लिमिटेशन है। तो हम इससे बाहर आएंगे, क्योंकि मैं नहीं चाहती तुम इस तरीके से अपनी जिंदगी बिताओ। दिस इज योर लाइफ, you are the actress and the author of your life. So we are going to be designing the most beautiful, delicious life for you, but you have to keep taking actions. Keep taking actions. I think that is all for today's talk. And I hope you, if you're a brown woman, you subscribe to this channel, because the mission and the movement and the purpose of this channel is very, very big. For now, I think my mission and goal is I want at least 50,000 brown women to take up space in life, to take up space, live authentically, and live their dreamiest, magical, desired life. So lots of love. Thank you for listening to me. Do like, do comment, and do subscribe. Let us support each other in becoming that version of ourselves that we dream of. We know what we want. Lots of love.